morning, everybody. My name is Shashank Ranjan, and I am from National Defense Institute, Chennai. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an initiative called YUKTI, which is a free daily answer writing initiative brought for you all to get you prepared for CAPF Assistant Commandant Examination 2024. Yes, the examination is in the month of August, but we want you to start getting prepared for it 8 months earlier so that on the day of examination you are fully prepared to tackle paper 2. What happens is that we concentrate more on paper 1, but ultimately your in the merit list, the marks obtained in paper 1 as well as in paper 2 will be counted. And paper 2, I would say, is the decider, because everybody will score good mark in paper 1, but it is the paper 2 that will decide you in the merit. It will help you to get your favorite service among the 5 services. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, on continuing the same series, the first video that we came up was on the essay writing, where we discussed like how we can write a good essay. Now this is the second video in the series, and here we will take the second question, that is argument writing. Now, the argument writing, as you all can see, carries 20 marks each. There are two questions, and unlike the essay where you were given 6 topics and you had to choose 4 topics, you could let go 2 topics which you are finding difficult. But in the argument, it is compulsory to write the argument on the topic that has been given to you. Okay, so in the second question, you see write arguments for and against each of the following statements. Right? If you see here, these are something which is very noteworthy: for and against, and that is what makes it an argument, because argument is something where you argue for for a motion and against the motion, right? So this is where they want to check your reasoning ability, right? They want to check your reasoning ability. What is reasoning ability? It's the ability of an individual to reason out whether something is right or wrong. Now, this is a very, very important officer like quality that is required in an officer, because an officer must be able to understand the positive and negative of any decision that he is going to take, right? So every decision that an officer takes has some implication, right? And every coin has two faces. So everything has positive and negative. So an officer should be well aware of the positive as well as the negative impact of the decision that he's taking. So UPSC wants to check this ability in you, and that is why they have given this question to write an argument for and against the statements that has been made. So there are two statements, as you can see here. The first is digital technology may replace books with computer. So you see this topic. Now this is something which is very general, related to current event. Like today we are seeing that most of there are e-classes that has started, right? People are dependent upon the internet more, YouTube more, and less dependent on becoming less dependent on book. So this question is based on that. Second question is homework should be banned at primary level education. Now again, this was something in news where it is constantly being discussed that how lot of homework overburdens a child, and the child is not able to explore his ability, explore his capabilities other sectors. He a small kid gets engaged into his books and notebooks, and he doesn't go into playground, explore his ideas, bring out his creativity in his free time. So that is why this homework burden is there's uh, a talk going around to reduce this burden of homework at the primary level of education. Okay, so that is why they have given these two topic, very general one, right? So this is again a question from a CAPF AC 2019 paper. So you can see the level of question that comes in this examination. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let us understand like how we should attempt an argument. Okay, so first of all, as I told you, this is checking your reasoning ability. So you should be able to reason out things properly. Now, if let us first choose a format. Let us understand like how you should go ahead to attempt the argument. For example, the general format that you should always follow for writing the answer. Now this is the format that is being used by the toppers. Even I myself, I use the same format. If you see, the format is, first you have to give a short introduction. Okay. By short introduction, I mean the introduction should be around 50 to 60 words. Okay. Just give a 50 to 60 word introduction about the topic. Now, you should remember this carries 20 marks. 20 marks. It means you have to write good content, right? So, first you write the introduction. Next, you start with your argument. After writing introduction, you have to you have to mention the statement properly. Right. For example, we had this one topic that homework should be banned at primary education level. So for you can write it in this way: argument for the homework should be banned at primary education level. Okay. So and underline it. Now you see, I have not just used this word for the motion. Okay. Instead, I have mentioned it clearly that I am writing this argument for the homework should be banned at primary education level. So again, this is something which shows that okay, you are somebody who is responsible. You are not going to ignore, something. You are not leaving it to the assessor to assess what you are writing. Yeah, argument is something where you have to definitely write for and against, but just don't write small sentence like for. People, they start with just writing for the statement, for the motion, or just for, and then they'll write just one word against and start writing. So don't write that way. Write it full. Argument for the homework should be banned at primary education level. Okay. Now, when you're writing this, write at least 5 points under this. Okay, write at least 5 points. Very important. At least 5 points. 5 points in for the motion. And how do you write points? Now, this is again, which is very important. For example, you have to write like overburden with study. Okay. You can mention one point like this, overburden with study, and then you can start writing lines on explaining your point. You know, start explaining this point, overburden your study. Write 3 to 4 lines on this. Like, okay, children get overburdened with studies. They go to class and there they study the subjects, and then after coming back to home again, they have in order to do the homework, they have to read the books again, revise that again, so that time is getting consumed. The children's, the second point you can say that children's are not able to uh, explore their skills. Okay. Or you can just mention, since it's just a point, you can also write it this way. Okay, not able to explore their skills. Now, right after writing this, start writing the explanation of the point. Okay, they are not able to explore their skills as they are involved with the books, and only they don't go to the ground, they don't explore. They could have the cricketing skill, they could have football skills, they could have skills in drawing, they could have skill in something else, art, culture, swimming. A lot of activities are there. Now a child, until unless he's able to explore different things, he won't be able to understand like what he is best into. There could be some children who are very good at playing music instruments, but they get to know it when they grow very old. And if they could get to know their skill into music instrument, they could do better when they are growing up, take it up as a career. So again, this is statement for the homework. So similarly, once your argument is over, now I'm just removing some of the lines here. Okay. So once it is done, similarly, you have to write the next argument. Argument against the homework should be banned at primary education level. Okay, so then again you underline this statement, okay, and start writing the first point. Okay, so similarly you have to, like here you have mentioned 5 points. Similarly, you have to mention 5 points here. And same way, first you give a short subtopic like on what you are going to discuss, then discuss it into 3 to 4 lines. So just five points. Five points is enough for you. A 5 point for the motion and 5 point for against the motion. Now, once this is done, finally what you have to do is write a conclusion here. Okay, you have to write a conclusion in the last. So in the conclusion, like in the introduction, you introduce the topic, right? That okay, in the introduction you have to mention your knowledge on the topic. Like you have to tell to the assessor that okay, you have understood the topic well, and then you have to start arguing on it. Okay, and when you are introducing, you have to tell that yeah, homework is good. Because you have to say that homework is good because ultimately homework helps in practicing what they have learned. If the children will go to school, take classes every day and come back home, it will the children will forget it in the next day, because next day a new topic he'll start learning. So homework helps him revise what he has learned in the school. But at the same time, the children are not able to explore other things in their life. So in the introduction you have to make it short, so that I mean, in the introduction you have to talk about the topic so that the assessor will understand it. Okay, you have understood the topic. Now you have to write proper for and against, and in the conclusion again the same thing. You have to just write it, okay, there are so many advantages of doing the homework, but at the same time there are disadvantages also, and a children should be blah blah blah. You have to write in the conclusion. The conclusion again should be around 25 to 30 words is okay for conclusion. So around 50 words for introduction, 25 to 30 words for conclusion, and for the motion and against the motion, write five points. In the five points, write the subtopics and explain those subtopics. So this is how you have to attempt the answer for your argument question. I hope this video was helpful to all of you and will help you in writing the arguments. We will keep posting the topics for argument on our website. You can visit our website www.nationaldefenseinstitute.in, and there you will in the Yukti initiative, click on the banner and start practicing daily the topic that are given to you. So we are coming up with the essay topics. There we are getting many responses, and we are constantly evaluating those responses and sending the feedback. We want all of you to start writing it, send it to us. We will evaluate your answers, we will share you the feedback, we will also give you the solution on them. Let's meet in the next session where we will discuss on how we should write a good report. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll meet in the next session.